We actually have some shark action for you today. It appears that Argostar is getting some action as well. And Witchcrafter? You guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. So you wanted some shark action out here, and I've been trying to keep up with all the cool little shark action that we do see. Now, I do see that we are doing Jet Shark in here. That's kind of interesting. We don't quite have this support yet. We will here very soon. We are also doing 7 Tachyon. Honestly, the 7 Tachyon stuff is one of the best pieces to kind of hold a deck like this together out here. In order to, get through all the new little shark lines down here, also, being able to rank up into the She-Jark Levy Rests here is going to be one of your big things. Also, let's call it what it is. If you're putting a barrier statue on the field out here, your opponent's just going to be in such an absolutely bad position. I can't really, Malice is going to have to commit a normal summon and attempt to battle over this, and they're probably not going to get through in order to clear this up. So, hey, this is the reality that we're in out here. Sharks are viable right now in the OCG. Okay, I see you. Next up here, we have Argostar featuring That's 10 and You're Finished. Basically, each time a card effect is activated except That's 10, you can place an access counter on this card, max 10. Monsters you control get a 100 attack for each. And if the 10th access counter is placed on this card, this goes back to your hand and set from your deck one continuous trap card that has an effect to special summon itself, and it can be activated this turn. Oh boy. Well, this is where the You're Finished comes in here. So basically, you can set yourself up with the Argostar stuff to kind of start setting up these forms of interruption against your opponent, which is really, really cool, by the way. And then it all comes down to smashing through the You're Finished out here to clear up anything that your opponent might be throwing at you. It's kind of like an emergency this sort of situation where you're just like, oh, hey, the Argostar stuff's going to set up the interruptions, and then we go ahead and just clean up whatever else that the opponent might be doing. Yeah, that's really cool. Next up is our Witchcrafter deck. Now, the first things I see here are all the Witchcrafter stuff in the world. Do they... Yeah, I guess. A level 8 light spellcaster who could potentially change the world here and become a Dark Dragoon. I wonder really who that could be. I'm not really too sure, but this is some synergy that we got going here for us. In terms of ideas for the Witchcrafter stuff, you're just playing dump the pile, get to how many of these spell cards that we can get up and rolling here, and maybe start to generate some big advantage swings to kind of see what we can do for this. Now I'm going to tell you here, if you're rushing into the Witchcrafter stuff out here because you think you've got this cool new idea, no, duality has been seeing a lot more play out here, that's for sure. But for how things are going, this is kind of cool. Ooh, we got Zoodiac cards with Rise Old cards. Well, this is the end of the line actually for this, because this is your last hoorah for EX. As much as I love the idea of this. EX is now at 1 for the OCG. RIP to the ideas of trying to get to abuse this, but it's not like you can't play 1 EX, 1 sword. The thing is here though, like, you're losing a little bit of consistency that these two engines are able to overlap. So I guess now we look back to this and go, hey, this is pretty cool, but if you can get 2 Zoodiac monsters on the field, you could technically make the duo drive, but this build's not even choosing to play the duo drive because it's not really much of a point. Your goal is to make Dreadnader next to Trident, and that is your end board. Alright, if you get those big pieces together, well, congratulations, you've accomplished what you set out to do. Outside of that, there's nothing really too special about this. Standard Zoodiac control. Ooh, we have some magical musketeers for you here. Now, I gotta tell you, man, all the magical musketeer lists that we've always seen, like, you are obviously going to be playing the Fiendsmith stuff in here because the Fiendsmith stuff is that important for what you could be doing. But it's just, there's finally a list that's not dedicating unchained cards into the pile, forcing you to have to run out and get those things. No, you can actually play this deck on a nice little slower pace and go. I also see we are playing the Damned Dragon in here. Well, I guess to be fair, if you're crystallizing 2 equips onto this thing, or onto the Rextrum Tremendae out here, you're essentially just set up and you're able to kind of roll on through and do what you need to do. And of course, with all the names and things you've got, I think you're pretty set for this. Honestly, outside of that, though, for what you're dealing with the magical musketeer stuff, it's just link 1 into link 1 and just keep on rolling. Like, your opponent's not going to really know what to do with the advantage you're getting. Ooh, we have some Dragonmaids for you here. I love the fact that it must be nice, OCG. You guys are lucky. You got to keep triple singing Kaiman out here just so that you can search for the kitchen Dragonmaid and you can go ahead and load on down and boom, congratulations. You've got Latisse up and running. I do find it interesting that this build is choosing to literally only play 1 Latisse. But I guess we are doing the Fiendsmith stuff in here. Well, yeah, we are. There's that in the 1 engraver. And of course, Desiree into the Lacrima is pretty good. We're also doing the Lightless Shadow in here as well. And hello, dear old Striker Dragon. I too love being able to convert into a Link 1 and just go off to the races for what we need. Outside of that, I mean, congratulations. You're looking at Dragonmaids right now. This deck isn't necessarily bad, but it's definitely... it's got some cool things going about it, and I really like that. Ooh, we have some Six Samurai action. Vanilla Six Samurai, you guys know, like, I love getting the chance to follow this deck every single week that we see it, because you never know what cool new thing that this pile is going to end up setting up. This week I see we're still doing the 2 Chamberlain with the 1 Toon Warrior. We're doing the 1 Asceticism, and of course, Lordly Load is still going to be the thing that allows this deck to even be what it wants to be out here, whatever end board you might possibly be trying to end on. I do see triple Shien. Is there a world out here where we can slap triple Shien on the field and just kind of, not really worry about anything going sideways with this? Because, I mean, I guess realistically that could be a thing, but I don't know, that's always going to be something a little bit cool to see. You've also got the good control cards down here as well to disrupt your opponent, but okay, I like this a lot. We've also got some Orcust action for you here. Orcust has kind of turned into the big, scary Grim Reaper deck in the format right now. And you've been seeing a lot more Orcust Crescendo out here in the format because Foolish Burial Goods dropping the Crescendo, okay, sure, I get Dark Machine locked for the rest of the turn. I don't really care about that. Like, oh, no, I can't make, IP. Do you really see a real big worry down here about getting into that line? No. Because Ellen Grisu, this card right here is incredibly stupid, man. Especially when you can make all of your Orcust effects into quick effects. That's the reason why this deck is getting major spotlight right now. It's as simple as just converting your effects into quick effects because of Babel, and you literally are off to the races. Who knew that Orcust would actually be a scary deck 5-6 years later into the meta? I can't say I didn't see this coming. Next up here, we have more Orcust. See, now this is one of the major changes that you're seeing between these lists. Here is, you're playing the double Crescendo with the double Burial Goods. You can obviously play 1 Crescendo, which, I mean, you're going to be able to pull back off of Ellen Grisu anyway. But I guess the logic with the 2 is, in case you do have to draw the Babel, you actually have the other Crescendo in order to get things going for the combo line. We're also doing the World Crown in here as the extender, and we are also doing full Fiendsmith combo in here as well. I mean, why would you not be dedicating slots to the Fiendsmith stuff? Like, this stuff right here is your deck. If you are able to get this little package engaged, well, congratulations. Lacrima full extender, we're getting into the Summon Sorceress, and we're getting some extra extensions. That's literally all you need. And seeing as Orcust has really moved up the pipeline out here in terms of meta development, it's actually kind of crazy to see. And then, of course, the current state of Rizal post list. Man, 1EX is just so sad. And, of course, the deck has been forced to play Palm. I can't believe it. Palm has seen play, everybody, but it makes sense. We're doing the double Sakitama in here. I mean, the goal is just to get Duodrive up and running. Like, you get this, and then, you know, you have a card to stop your opponent from punishing you. You're good to go. I see that we're also doing the Aratama in here as well. Wow. You know, you take what advantage that you can get in a deck like this. It's a little bit less consistent than it once was. Maybe a lot less relevant in today's meta. But please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.